Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to go over how to set up your line items or your price book per se, and how that translates when you're actually selling jobs or recurring service plans. So where you do that is going down into your settings. Right now, it's called line items. As we add more configurations possible, you'll see this be renamed to price book. Um, and then how this looks here is you'll probably have some default ones, hopefully, to reference. But if not, you can just add a new template. Just to get started, I'll show you if you're doing like if you're a window cleaning business, this is a good example where you have a line item for exterior window cleaning and you want to display that screens, panes, and tracks are included. Or if that's pretty self-explanatory, you don't really want to show that, then you could just remove that. Now, measurement fields, this is a pretty interesting thing that we do that we found a lot of value in, our customers really like, is essentially the ability to have more of like an audit, like a field, like an input field that doesn't determine the price, but it's just for a way for you to better like gauge if your salesman or whoever's signing the person up is doing the right pricing breakdown. So um, perhaps if it's so then they'd be able to put in like 20 panes and then say it's like signing up for 299. Then as the manager or the owner, you can just kind of verify those numbers, see if there really is 29 panes when the technicians get to the house, that sort of deal. So this is where you could also, if you wanted to adjust it to do more like a pane range pricing, you can do all that here and set like a kind of a minimum, like a standard price. This number is still totally adjustable once you're signing someone up. So this isn't locked down. It's just kind of a starting point, so people can know off the top of your heads like what more or less they should be pricing out at a range selection like this, for example. You can remove the measurement fields or add other ones. And then you can also do unit pricing. So maybe if you want to more so just do a flat rate of like $6 per pane for this pane range, and then you yourself or the one signing up the job would have to just adjust the quantity here. So pretty self-explanatory there. The service types, this is just that way when you're selling a plan or a job, whatever service type is selected, it's going to pull up the relevant line items. That way you're not getting a ton of irrelevant line items in your selection. And then kind of how that looks in practice here. So if let's say we're adding a plan to myself, sure, we'll have it start today. You have to do different, drop down availability here. Just do window cleaning. Let's say it's a quarterly. And then let's say it's just going to be the 12-month. Now, this is where you can see the different line items that we have associated with window washing. So let's say I'm going to do exterior, interior, and screen cleaning. You'll notice the different displays coming up. So if you wanted to add a campaign count, say it's going to be 250 for each, they're going to do exterior cleaning at each time. And then maybe for interior, maybe you're more so priced like $5. Obviously, you probably would choose to do either flat rate pricing or unit-based pricing for both of these, but this is just an example so you can see what we can do. And then maybe you're going to do like, let's just say like 30 interior panes. Actually, that probably wouldn't make sense. Probably just 20, since they're doing 20 here. But maybe they're only going to do the interiors on the second and the third job. That's where that'd be applied. And then screen cleaning, maybe they're only going to do that for the initial. So you can customize what line items apply to each job, all within the sign-up process. And the same goes for discounts. So you can add, maybe you're going to give them, because they're doing a quarterly, maybe you're going to give them a $50 discount. Probably not on every job, that'd probably cut into your margin, but maybe if you want to do just initial job only, or again, you can apply to specific jobs. Or you can do a percentage base, so if you want to do 10% off or whatever your pricing model looks like, you can customize all that there. But yeah, I hope that helps. I'll go into more of like the actual plan configuration in another video.